Mangwanani Malelepo Vukenjani Klekwas Vanave Africa. Welcome to Africa. Good morning. Yes, you're at the right place. This is your trusted source for the latest news and current affairs from across the continent and beyond. Today we cover Rwanda and Belgium expelling each other's diplomats over the ongoing Congo conflict, while in the DRC, President Felix Tshisekedi meets a U.S. lawmaker amid talks of a potential mineral deal. In South Africa, opposition parties urge President Cyril Ramaphosa not to be bullied by the U.S. following the expulsion of Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool. In Namibia, the BeFree Care Clinic and OBGYN practice have signed a groundbreaking agreement to provide free maternal health services to underserved communities. Plus, we bring you the latest Zimbabwe Report with talent Gore covering key developments from the parole system reforms to sports and cultural highlights. In economic news, Deb Marine, Namibia CEO, sheds light on the impact of declining global diamond demand. Stay with us and always make sure you are with us at 7 a.m. with Africa Good Morning on DSTV 285, GoTV 25, oneup2.com, and Network Media Hub on YouTube. Top stories shortly.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Let's get into our top stories. Belgium and Rwanda announced the expulsion of each other's diplomats as relations deteriorated over allegations regarding their roles in the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Kigali severed diplomatic ties and gave Belgian diplomats 48 hours to leave, accusing Brussels of using lies and manipulation to secure an unjustified hostile opinion of Rwanda. Belgium's Foreign Affairs Minister Maxime Prevot called the move disproportionate and said Brussels should reciprocate by declaring Rwandan diplomats persona non grata. The dispute comes amid ongoing efforts by African leaders to establish a lasting ceasefire in Congo, where Rwanda is accused of supporting an offensive by M23 rebels in the eastern region. Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi met U.S. lawmaker Ronnie Jackson to discuss the conflict in eastern Congo and opportunities for U.S. investment, according to Congo's presidency. The meeting followed Washington's recent openness to exploring critical minerals partnerships with Congo after a Congolese lawmaker pitched a minerals for security deal to U.S. officials in February. Jackson, described as a special envoy for U.S. President Donald Trump, emphasized the need for a peaceful environment to attract American investors. While the statement did not explicitly mention minerals, Congo holds vast reserves of cobalt, lithium, and uranium. Tshisekedi's government, facing an insurgency by Rwanda-backed M23 rebels, plans to send a delegation to peace talks in Angola. The long-running conflict in eastern Congo, rooted in Rwanda's 1994 genocide and the battle for control over mineral wealth, has escalated this year, with M23 now controlling two major cities. Analysts do suggest U.S. mining firms may be hesitant to invest due to poor infrastructure, insecurity, corruption, and competition from Chinese companies. South African opposition parties have urged President Cyril Ramaphosa not to be bullied by the U.S. after Washington expelled Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, giving him 72 hours to leave. U.S. State Secretary Marco Rubio called Rasool a race-baiting politician who hates America, escalating already strained relations since Donald Trump took office. South Africa's Minister of International Relations, Ronald Lamola, dismissed Twitter diplomacy and emphasized the need for direct talks. However, the economic freedom fighters condemned the U.S., calling Trump an orange clown, while the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania said the expulsion was an attack on South Africa's sovereignty. Trump, a vocal critic of South Africa's land law allowing land expropriation without compensation, recently cut aid alleging discrimination against the white Afrikaner minority, which South Africa denies. Rousseau, previously U.S. ambassador from 2010 to 2015 under Barack Obama, was reappointed in 2024 but struggled to secure meetings with Trump, partly due to his pro-Palestine stance. The Democratic Alliance, a coalition partner in the government of national unity, criticized the African National Congress for unilaterally appointing diplomats and called for broader representation in Washington in order to ease tensions. In Namibia, the BeFree Care Clinic and OBGYN practice signed a memorandum of understanding. The agreement marks the beginning of a year-long collaboration to provide free quarterly obstetrics and gynecological service to young women and girls, focusing on underserved communities nationwide. Former First Lady Monica Gengos at the MOU signing emphasized the crucial role of men in supporting women during pregnancy. She urged them to be more involved in clinic visits, medical checkups, and overall maternal care.
And from the moment of conception, it becomes the responsibility of both parties. The levels of fatherlessness in this country are concerning, and they impact boys and girls as they grow up. It impacts family dynamics. So I really want to make a call to fathers to be that going with your pregnant wife or girlfriend to the clinic, to a op-line, to anything that impacts the pregnancy is really important for that pregnancy and for the baby that's about to be born. So I really do encourage the involvement of fathers in accompanying their partners when they come to activities like this, because we also want to roll out other services, whether it's mental health, whatever other services as well that we can for men as well. If we like to think of clinics, of places that are only important for women. Clinics are very important for men. Men also have reproductive health issues. Reproductive health is not just about uterus. It goes beyond that. So when we speak about reproductive health, nobody should feel left out. I want to thank you for your time.
As you know, it's Tuesday, which means we're going to be getting the Zimbabwe Report from talent Gore right after this.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
All right, it's time to dive into the Zimbabwe Report, ranging from current affairs to sport and the creative world. Talent Wamukase.
Mamkase Africa.
Tamuka Hedu. Now, Zimbabwe prisons and correctional services have introduced a parole system.
Yes, the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services is set to introduce a parole system this June, drawing lessons from Namibia and Zambia. The system, which allows for the conditions of prisoners to serve the remainder of their sentences in the community under supervision, aims to enhance rehabilitation, reintegration, and community safety. Under the system, an inmate can be released through a decision made by the President, by the State Parole Board, the Commissioner General of Prisons, or the Minister of Prisons. So right now, they are just the Ministry of Justice and the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services is having talks with different stakeholders and shareholders. And apparently, just last week, there were the prisons and correctional generals from Namibia and Zambia were actually in Zimbabwe, talking about how they're doing it in their respective countries and how Zimbabwe can actually adopt that kind of system. So Zimbabwe is going to introduce that system in June, and the Zimbabwe prisons and Correctional Services Commissioner General has said that by that time they will be ready to roll out the parole system in Zimbabwe. So we're just waiting for June so that we can introduce that new system.
All right, Talent will certainly be keeping an eye on that development. Now, sadly, a Zimparks ranger has lost their life to an elephant attack.
Yes, a 62-year-old Zimbabwe Parks and Wildlife Management Authority ranger, Josephat Mandishara, tragically lost his life after being trampled by an elephant in the Gache Gache area in Kariba. Apparently, there are a lot of elephants in the Kariba area, and this incident occurred on Thursday night during a routine extended patrol. Mandishara was accompanied by two fellow Zimparks rangers and the Zimbabwe Republic Police detail when he returned to the harbor to retrieve their boats. But he encountered a charging elephant that emerged unexpectedly and fatally injured him. According to the International Ranger Federation, at least 150 rangers die worldwide each year in the line of duty. And Mandishara is going to be part of those statistics. And the Zimparks family has said that they are quite saddened by the loss of his life.
All right, truly sad development there, Talent. Zimbabwe is among 41 countries facing United States travel restrictions. Tell us about that.
Yes, Zimbabwe is one of the 41 countries whose citizens could be banned from traveling to the United States of America under measures being discussed to address national security and public safety threats, reports claimed on Friday. An internal memo circulated among aides of President Donald Trump outlines a draft proposal for an expanded travel ban. The memo categorizes countries into three tiers. There's the red one, orange, and yellow, and Zimbabwe is in the yellow category. And countries in this category would have 60 days to address concerns raised by the United States or risk being moved to one of the two more restrictive groups. The list put together by the U.S. State Department might be subject to change and still needs to be approved, reports noted. So Zimbabwe has, if President Donald Trump signs this, Zimbabwe would have 60 days to address concerns which are being raised by the United States, or they risk of being put in a more restrictive category, which is the red category and the orange. Right now, the country is said to be in the yellow category.
All right, Talent, we're going to move on to your next story. FIFA has ordered Ngezi Platinum to shell out $600,000 to Benjani Marwari. Benjani Marwari being the former captain of the Zimbabwe Warriors, also played for Manchester City and I believe Blackburn Rovers and Auxerre in France.
Yes. Ngezi Platinum, which is a football club, has been ordered by FIFA to pay 600,000 United States dollars to Benjani Marwari for unfair dismissal. Marwari's former assistant, Bongani Mafu, was awarded 200,000 United States dollars last year, but the club appealed and the matter is still pending. Ngezi sacked Marwari in July 2022 after 13 games, of which 3 were wins, 6 draws, and 4 defeats. Marwari did not take his sacking lying down as he petitioned at FIFA, and right now the club has been ordered to pay him 600,000 United States dollars for his fair dismissal, because Marwari believes that he was dismissed unfairly.
All right, from a Warriors legend to the current Warriors, Zimbabwe's Warriors are off to South Africa ahead of Zimbabwe's Group C home game against Benin at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, and I'm sure they hope to make a statement.
Yes, currently they are in South Africa. They arrived in South Africa yesterday, and they are practicing, and they are sure that they're going to beat a Benin on Thursday. So the coach said that he was very optimistic that the Warriors are going to win this game. So we're just hoping that they'll win and they actually proceed to another stage for their World Cup qualifiers.
All right, talent, I must say, after Zimbabwe not being competitive for a while, it is quite fun to see the Warriors jetting about World Cup qualifiers, getting ready for AFCON. It's exciting news. Now we leave with some visual art. Zimbabwe's visual artists Chihota and Bumira have an exhibition which is currently showing in New York.
Yes, our local visual artists Virginia Chiwuta and Anthony Bunera are showcasing their collection in the United States, enhanced profile on the international stage. The exhibition, titled Hurukuro, is taking place at number 52 Walker Street, New York, and features a diverse range of their artistic work. Apparently, Bunira and Chiwuta are quite household names in Zimbabwe, and people are quite excited that they are showcasing their work in the United States, because right now they have been going around in Zimbabwe, and actually they have people that they are mentoring in Zimbabwe within their sector. So it is quite exciting that they are showcasing their work at an international stage. But this is not new to them, because they have been going around, especially in the United States, showcasing their work there. So it is quite exciting to hear that we have local visual artists who actually have work that is recognized at an international stage.
Exciting news indeed. Thank you very much, Talent, for bringing us the news stories on Africa Good Morning, bringing us the comprehensive Zimbabwe report. Muswere zvakanaka.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is Africa Good Morning. Let's have a look at the weather. In economic news, Temerin Namibia CEO Willie Mertens shares the impact of sustained reduced global demand for natural diamonds for jewelry on Namibia's leading diamond recovery enterprise. Profits have plummeted while the company continues to pay off its Benguela Gem flagship vessel and investing in new, better diamond recovery technologies.
If you look at what we plan to produce in 2024, we plan to produce 1.854 million carats. We had to cut that production down and we produced 1.6 million carats. That is, if you look at it from 2023, that is about a 13% reduction. We are looking at reducing that further for the upcoming year, and that's the last slide, the last bar there. That's 1.5 million carats. That's what we are aiming to produce in 2025. Another 5% reduction. So that's almost a 20% reduction in the last 2 years or so. And obviously that that hurts our bottom line. So if you look at the revenue side, in 38% reduction in revenue, so revenue is basically the carats times an exchange rate times the diamond price. So what was that reduction? So a 13% reduction in volumes, 38% reduction in revenue. So the difference between those two numbers are sitting in price. If you look at EBITDA, that's earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. That's another 86% reduction. Now imagine just a year ago in 2023, we managed to get an EBITDA profit roughly of close to 7 billion dollars. This year below $1 billion. Now that 1 billion that is sitting there is just a rounding. It's 951 million dollars. And you can see how it translates into cash. We generated $4.3 billion of cash, dollars of cash in 2023. For 24, 390 million. After that, we still have to, I didn't see any banks here. I saw Vivian here from APSA. Yeah, we're financing the Bengola Jam with Vivian. So Vivian, if you can please make sure that this message gets there. So after generating that free cash flow, we still have to pay Vivian for the vessel.
Real diamonds are forever if you buy them. This is still Africa Good Morning. Let's have a look at the economic indicators before we come back to say goodbye. Thank you for staying with Africa Good Morning. Our economic news just came from Namibia. We got the Zimbabwe Report from talent Gore, and these were some of the stories we looked at stemming from the broader African continent. Rwanda and Belgium expel each other's diplomats over Congo conflict. Congo president meets U.S. lawmaker amid talk of mineral deal. And South Africa should not be bullied by U.S. in ambassador role, the opposition says. DSTV 285, GoTV 25, OneUp2.com and Network Media Hub is precisely where you can find us. From me, Ashwin Berry, and the Africa Good Morning team, Sweta Jaganaka.